Hello and welcome back to Arknights. Tonight we have the lingering echoes of NTX stages. They opened a couple days ago, but other stuff to do, so getting to them now. Oh, given what goes on in the story, I know precisely what's going on with this event stage, and let's just say that's a little depressing given the context in which this is happening. Well, let's move on then, shall we? Back alleys. LAX1. No fork in the road, only one line of melody. Nary a choice for them. I don't see any tubas in this one. This looks fine, I guess. Might even be an Ifrit spot, but... And yes, I'm going to adamantly stick to Cert or S2. I will not use S3 unless it is a CC. S2 is just really fun to use.
Prolonged casting makes my headaches flare up, and I even hallucinate if I'm unlucky. Let's make it a blitzkrieg, shall we?
Putting thorns here should make it a little easier, I think. Let's also put bagpipe here for safety. I can just easily refund that if so necessary. Oh my. Slugs. Oh dear. Okay, the slugs are spawning on the tiles where I normally... Okay, good to know.
Careful of music on the battlefield, especially when you face a Lysanian.
Alright, we'll put Surtur here instead. I guess I could put Ifrit right next to Shining there. So let's do precisely that. Always satisfying to see Eben take out an enemy entirely on his own.
Fast attempt as startling as a tritone. Stronger dynamics.
Wait till the slug leaves
Faster
range.
tempo.
Oh, of course. Yeah, putting Ifrit there was a really good idea. She's absolutely melting them all with her skill 2. I think skill 3 might be a little better in this situation, but I just prefer how low maintenance her skill 2 is. I just drop her, let her do her thing, and I can focus on the other
Stronger
stuff.
dynamics. Hinfort aus meinem Kopf.
Here.
Very well.
Guess if I need to, I can get Silver Ash's skill 3 ready, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Yeah, it's absolutely unnecessary. Ifrit took care of all of them. Yes, I had some music
This
prepared.
small fry ain't even close to quelling my hunger.
I have the music here to play off a bit of my own. I figure, given what's going on here, let's go for some, Elden Ring music. Guard and operator defenders cannot... Ooh, that's actually going to be very painful. They cannot be used. Well, the good news is I do have a few of these vanguards who double as proper guards, so I should be safe there, but that sucks. I can't use tanks either, but I'm gonna bring Caesarni anyway, just because I want him to get the friendship rating here. Go with Vanguard here. Not much I can do here except use Zima, I guess. Actually, I might bring Silver Ash and swap
We all have
Thorns
our
with
roles to play.
Zima here.
Use my abilities as best you see fit.
Right, I can just do this to make it faster. And the reason for that is because she buffs the other Vanguards with her skill 2 here. Up arrows be locked out, that's fine. I think Silver Ash might still get his passive, but he might not. Either way, this is just the first one. I don't really see any issues.
I finished tuning. I may perform.
Street musician. Yeah, these guys are actually pretty tough. Dang. Here we are. Ifrit, you're going up next. Eben, I need to place him directly beneath the Perfumer if I want him to get healed, which I do. Get healed, which I do.
The performance will begin soon, but it seems our audience can't contain themselves.
And I put Siege to S3 in case I need actual Vanguard power here. Actual. He drops the Van and becomes full guard. It's an extremely situational skill, but something, I suppose. No, actually, Zima. Here we are. I'm gonna try and at least defeat all the regular missions here on stream here. I'll make an effort to try and get the challenges all done. Oh crap, we lost Eben. Cruise, alter, do your thing. Oh crap, that's bad. That's arts damage. Not enough time to get her charged, darn it. I should absolutely not have won that. But we won. Stronger than the enemy, more motivated. Excellent. Alright, what's this one? Alright, so I have 2 lanes to worry about. From primitive musical statement, complexity gradually begins to arise. And there actually is a tuba I see, so I'll need to make note of that. I don't need to farm any of these, so I can just bring whatever comes to mind.
A smith's gotta be ready to pay the debts accrued by the weapon she forges.
Alright, which direction's going first here?
Show me what you're made of. Amuse me, if you even can.
Whoops, I forgot to change up my team. Oh well.
coming soon, but it seems our audience can't contain themselves.
Siege can go here. There we are. Yeah, like I said, always satisfying when Eben just nukes the enemy out of orbit from there. Alright, we'll put Ifrit
I'm
here.
at your command. Faster, too.
Alright, we'll get him ready to take on that thing, since I'm pretty sure we're gonna need Eben to nuke it. Might as well get Shining here for backup.
Oh, is it my turn? Hi!
Alright, we'll put Silver Ash here in case we need his ability, but 73 enemies, that's gonna be a lot.
Constantine as startling as a triton.
What are you planning? Art thou mine worthy enemy? Or art thou not?
Silver Ash is good at melting these guys.
Stronger than that, so don't be as a clarinet.
Made up your mind?
Guess I could put Bagpipe here.
Stronger than as startling as a triton.
Need more arts damage, it would seem.
To tremble in my music.
Let's
is
skill one
your
there.
honor.
Yeah, that didn't work out. That's what I get for being dumb and forgetting to change my stuff.
Well, there's still time.
Not a problem, let's see here. First things first, let's swap back to Ifrit's. And again, we're sticking to skill 2. Swap back to Thorns, because I'm sure his damage is going to be huge for this. And I should probably place Cruz with more arts damage, because ultimately that's what all these enemies are weak to, magic. So let's focus on that then, shall we? Actually, I should bring Aya, but I want to bring Kyobi. Largely because she does bonus damage to things with high defense, and everything in here has high defense. Alright, is this too loud?
Prolonged casting makes my headaches flare up.
Alright, here we
I
are.
can hallucinate if I'm unlucky. Let's make it a blitzkrieg, shall we?
Gonna get Ifrit out here because she is absolutely going to carry the DPS we need. Alright, Kyobi's damage is huge. This should, against us up with that kind of defense, so I think we're in good shape.
Careful of music on the battlefield, especially when you face a Lysani.
Acknowledged.
Silver Ash here.
Faster tempo, as graceful as drei Viertel.
There we are. Surtur's doing a lot more. This is good. Very good.
Made up your mind?
Now we're already doing better, I think. S2 Surtur's already doing work, I'd say.
Faster tempo. Hinfort aus meinem Kopf.
What are you planning? Thy please falleth upon deaf ears.
A lot of enemies, but this is the last wave. If I can make sure they all die, or at least most of them here.
Faster tempo. Hinfort aus meinem Kopf.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we got this one down. Excellent. Allied units all have decreased attack. That sounds incredibly frustrating, so we're gonna borrow someone for a bit more raw damage. Another caster would be ideal, actually. Passenger. Actually, Passenger might... Ooh! And this buddy already has his module level 3. We got a real Passenger fan here. Alrighty, sounds good to me. Let's go with some more Passenger power.
Compassion saves no one on the battlefield.
I am at your command.
Alright, we need to get... Passenger time. Oh, crap. Oh, damn you.
Acknowledged.
Careful of music on the battlefield, especially when you face a Lysanian. Stronger dynamic, as doleful as a clarinet.
Alright, with this many casters, I'm hoping we'll be able to handle it, but that's a big if.
What are you planning? Fool! For what reason hast thou come?
Fast attack.
Hinfort aus meinem Kopf!
Stronger dynamic, as graceful as 3/4.
I will just have Ifrit help out, finish this guy off, and we officially won. But not Ifrit, Surtur. Ifrit's right here. The powers of fire and ice combine to melt that one enemy down. Excellent. The idiot that stacked 3 triangles hit them all at once is forever banned from entering Lithanian. Did anyone else read that and immediately think of that one Simpsons episode where Bart put a bunch of megaphones one in front of the other and then was all testing and it just shattered glass for the entire town? I like to think that's what caused it here. Let's see. Ooh, 3 separate lanes. I do not like that at all. I do not like it one bit. Yeah, the tuba's in that direction. Triangle. Oh, I get it. There are 3
The
triangles.
Smith's gotta be ready to pay the debts accrued by the weapon she forges.
It's a bagpipe poke that guy. Fortunately, I don't see too many places Ifrit can multi-lane. Nor do I actually see too many areas that I could actually have anyone multi-lane, actually. I guess I could try and do this here with Thorns. We'll give that a go, the best of my ability. Oh, nice, she got it. Might as well get some global healing going here, and... oh, his skill's ready.
The tremble in my
This is
music
Ernie.
is your honor.
Put her here. Alright, here we are. Those 2 should take on that lane just fine. Deploy direction. Alright, here we are. Battlecaster. Oh dear.
The performance will begin soon, but it seems our audience can't contain themselves.
Alright, Surtur, just do your thing here. Surtur had a few seconds of life, but... oh, crap. Yeah, I needed something that can kill those things a lot faster. Maybe I should put Bagpipe there instead. She's a lot better for... no. Something with crowd control, I think. What do I have that's good? Actually, Passenger gives me an idea. I still need to get Pudding's module leveled,
Please,
but
to
it should
come
be
back.
good.
Just give me a bit more time to get ready. I can do this.
Actually, could probably use, yeah, Aurora for the bottom lane since there's not too much pressure there, but I think Mudrock might be good for the, like that song ran out. Ah, that's alright, I'll go ahead and change it as soon as I finish this one. I don't know how I feel about doing the challenge mode, but we'll see.
Prolonged casting makes my headaches flare up, and I even hallucinate if I'm unlucky. Let's make it a blitzkrieg, shall we?
This one. Yeah, sadly, it's probably not worth it. Who did I have up there again? I think it was Bagpipe. Let's go with Scizerny, actually.
Extraordinary melodies can only be played by the soul that quakes.
Some backup here.
All right, I'm up.
This way then. And Surtur's S2 will help out here, I think. There we are. Replaced with Mudrock.
Very well.
Hello, Raizu. Just doing the middle of doing EX stages right now.
Understood.
That one's down. If I can distract the caster with... There we are. And mission accomplished. Excellent. Alright, now what's the EX challenge here? Slugs become infused Originium slugs. So basically, whoever I put in the lower left corner here is going to be taking the brunt of everything. Alright, I think I can handle that. But first, let's swap Kyobi for Crew's Altar here.
Hi, everyone. I'm here to
And
slack off.
do I have a Mudrock? Yeah, we have a max Mudrock, so let's borrow one of those, and I think, keyword think, we should be able to do this. Exium stages are a
saves
pain.
no one on the battlefield.
Yeah, that's kind of the impression I've been getting. Oh. Yeah, whoever's in here is taking absolutely heavy fire. I do think Mudrock can handle it, but that's going to be a while.
To tremble in my music
That's not gonna work,
is
yeah.
your honor.
Oof, 8 sanity consumed. I guess I can come back to that one a little later. I can come back to that later if I need to. For now, I absolutely want to get through all the main stages by the end of the stream, so I can worry about the challenge mode stuff later. Feel our hands aren't coordinating well. Try practicing just one hand's part to start. So let's see here. Oh, that's an interesting town setup there on a staircase. Let's see here. They're all going to consolidate down there, it looks like. And it looks like I'm going to want to push the tuba's energy upward to break a crystal. Alright, so let's go with that then. E2 for both hands.
We're heading out. Remember, mind your cover.
I will go ahead and put this one here. Alright, that crystal should finish off fairly soon. Here. A little hard, but nothing we can't handle, I'd say. Let's see. I think
The
he's gonna want
performance will
here.
begin soon, but it
Yeah, 'cause normal
seems our
stage are easy enough to
audience
go
can't
through, just need
contain
brain
themselves.
cells. Shouldn't be too rough. I'm also imagine most event stages are usually built so that the 6-star on rate up
Faster
gets
tempo.
really good on them. I mean, during the main story, I did notice that Gertrude seems specifically built so that Eben can take her out, because her clones to distract don't count as elite enemies, so Eben will ignore them while skill 3 is up. And oh dear. I have another cast here, don't I? I guess pudding's good enough here.
On alert.
Faster tempo.
Alright, let's...
Hinfort aus meinem Kopf.
Yeah, and she also seems to take a long enough walk that he can get all of his charges, so he can get rid of her immediately.
Yep. Electric diffusion.
Okay, yeah. Always satisfying when Eben takes out enemies in a single hit like that. A skill just to keep things going then. And you know what, I can probably take her out and you replace her with, yeah. We'll get rid of, yeah.
Stronger than...
That's an elite
Hinfort
enemy.
aus
So
meinem Kopf!
none of these count as elites, huh? The caster doesn't count as elite. Interesting.
Pillow, let's do our best. Yep. Understood.
Swap out Pudding then, since that guy's beam will travel across her to the others.
On alert.
Lucky for me, Eben's skill charges extremely quickly.
Faster Tempo. Hinfort aus meinem Kopf! Faster Tempo.
And of course, Surtur S2, because I swear by Surtur's S2.
A satisfying battle. It brought palpitations even to my heart.
Alright, what's the challenge mode for this? More enemies will appear. I honestly think we can handle this, but let's try with the, try with the practice mode, and I forgot to swap out the song after the previous one ended. Alright, we're gonna go with some Elden Ring music since that feels sufficiently classical enough for the theme. Alright, here we go. Oh, is that a bit loud? Please warn me if the music's a little too loud to hear my voice over it. Yeah, the reason the music is muted is so that I could have my own stuff playing while it goes here. It's here. Eben
Careful
here.
of music on the battlefield, especially when you face a Lysanian.
First one's loud, but that's pretty decent. Remnant Principal Violinist deals damage to all units connected through the flux.
Faster Tempo. As startling as a tritone.
I will retreat her so I don't need her anymore.
On alert.
Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Whoops.
I'm already inside.
Sorter skill and skill. I'll say something about CM stage and keep myself shut. Is there a trick that makes it a lot easier? That's fine, I'll probably figure it out on my own, but like I said, I mostly want to focus on getting through the regular ones before we keep going too far here. Alright, that's fine. She stalled them for long enough.
Stronger dynamic. As graceful as drei Viertel. Stronger dynamics.
Here we are. Okay, that was bad. Still stuck, it's a pain. Yeah, because I didn't have my own copy of Lee, the boss was actually a big pain for this event. I was able to beat him on stream like I was hoping, but oh dear. Well, that's why we practice to see what we can do for next time. Luckily, the boss does seem to damage the final boss did seem to damage themselves during some of their bigger attacks. So I was able to stall for a little bit. But yeah, you could tell he was definitely a step up from Gertrude, that's for sure. Although, like I said, I think Gertrude is specifically designed to die to Eben just to, you know, make him look a lot better. Boss can heal themselves. Yeah, some bosses are kind of like that. Like the one in Originium Dust or whatever the Rainbow Six event is, that boss will slowly drains its HP. So if you ignore it, it actually does die on its own. Although if you do so, you have to deal with a lot more ads running around. Okay, so in that case, looks like there's a few paths they can get here, so I'll need to be very careful. But I'm feeling pretty confident about this one. I might not even need to borrow someone, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Let's get Horn here. Horn is actually quite good. Mini slugs that event were much more painful. Yeah, it's not just that they overwhelm me with raw numbers, it's also they slow the attack speed of anyone blocking them. So you need a skill or
We're heading out.
a ranged unit good enough to stop them. Let's get that thing charged up then, shall we? The only thing you have to be careful is while critically wounded, they can still, yeah, attack, which is very unfortunate. Here we are. Put
I will
Horn.
complete my assignment.
Oh yeah, this looks like a very good Horn map, actually. Okay, yeah, this should... Horny, indeed.
The performance will begin soon, but it seems
Get
our
Evan going
audience
here.
can't contain themselves. Faster tempo.
Allow me to I'll impart on you all the cries I
Yeah,
heard.
those tuba guys are a pain in the ass. They only appeared in one mission for the main story, but they were tanky as hell. Oh, here we go, Horn. Sadly, I failed to get Horn when I pulled for her. Eben was a unit I was waiting for, though. Mysticaster is a little annoying to use, but...
Faster tempo.
Ah, here he comes. Here. Excellent. Remnant Elderfield Caster. Prioritizes targets on the flux, stunning, and continuing arts damage while cutting off the nearby aligned flux. Alright, he's going after the healer. That's not nearly as bad as it could have been, but... Let's damage him, shall we? Oh, that's not much damage at all. Oh dear. Surtur, take him out, will ya? Horned by Lucky Spook on standard banner. Oh, congrats. I actually had a bit of rough luck for a little while. Eben here actually marks the end of a long streak of, but not getting who I was pulling for. Oh dear, the slugs. Oh no. That is going to be a little rough then. Alright, we're gonna try again here. And I don't think Horn was a bad idea, but at the same time, once she was shut down, I couldn't do much of anything. At the same time, it's like, what else am I gonna be using, right? I guess I could use a Chen to take those guys out as soon as humanly possible. I have Monkey's Paw Luck here. I have a lot of really good vanguards, but the guards I have here, Silver Ash, and Thorn and the like. I had to get them from the shop itself because they didn't come home.
I've finished tuning. I may perform.
Here we are. There. Excellent. Working on the modules. Spectre Altar module. Well, good luck. And yeah, I'm actually completely out of the green staircases, the crystalline machine that I need in order to do both the M3, he's only M for this Sounds of Silence for Eben, as well as getting his module. I could probably get one more, but through a couple quests I've forgotten, but that's about it, unfortunately. All right.
Careful of music on the battlefield, especially when you face a Lysanian. Stronger dynamics.
I attacks a 4x4
as a
area.
clarinet.
It was a little annoying. We're gonna replace her with thorns now. What? I can retrieve bagpipe real quick. Alright, Chen, you know what to do.
Ready to move. Don't force my hand.
Here we go. Okay, yeah.
Ready to move.
Thank you very much, Chen. You did your job. Love it. For modules, I probably want to do W's sooner rather than later. W is one of those units where the base module isn't all that great, if we're honest, but the
To tremble in my music is your honor.
yeah, but the upgrades are huge, so you don't want to miss those. Silver Ash time, I guess. Oh shoot.
Don't make any more noise.
Well, that was bad. 65% there, huh? Only one up fully maxed out. I only maxed out ones I really like or really use normally. I might max out Eben. I'm still trying to figure out some things about his use, but I think I can do it. Mostly, I just need to... An AoE guard for the bottom might not be a bad idea, although I suppose if I'm doing that, I could actually just bring my own. Where's my AoE guard here? Where's Estelle? Here she is. Perfect. Aria Whale? I am 100% free to play. Which is unfortunate for me when I was pulling for Lee, because I wanted the 6-star merchant there because he can do a lot of neat stuff, including, you know, easily take on the boss of this event. But I ended up with like 250 pulls all saved up for him. I could not make it, unfortunately. Yeah, it wouldn't have been too bad if I bought some extra pulls just to reach the pity there, but I'm gonna be honest, I used to pay money on gachas, but I've been burned by them too hard, so I'm trying to keep myself there. Lee, my max up is indeed Lee. Oh, nice. Yeah, he's got a bit of a bad rap among the fan base, but I genuinely think he's a good unit. Basically, if a map focuses on a mechanic that he counters, then he automatically wins the map for you. Stultifera Novice, Undertides, stuff with heavy stun, including the boss of this event. And if he's there, you pretty much automatically win. Plus, the weird square range is itself notable. As Reaper guards show, weird attack ranges have a lot of surprisingly practical applications. So yeah, I do genuinely think he's a lot better than given credit for. Second Town's really useful with the gimmick, indeed. Yeah, that's why I mentioned that my luck is Thorns and Silver Ash here I had to buy from the shop because they never came back. Meanwhile, I wasn't even pulling for Saga and I got her. But I use her for basically every map, so it's definitely a good one to get surprised by. I have not gotten Hoshiguma, but I do have Neon, which is why I'm using Neon here as my obligatory defender here. You didn't pull standard banner, Lee and most of them. I did pull about 150 pulls, which was all I could afford at the time. I didn't want to use all my pulls. I think I had enough for about 200 pulls, and I used about half that on him, but still no Lee. Yeah. And I didn't want to go with all of them because, again, I also wanted Eben, and Eben was very close at the time, so yeah. That's fine. It's nice when other people get lucky. But yeah, I did fail. I failed to get Horn. I failed to get some of the other reruns. I could not afford Golden Glow since her banner was directly after Lee's, which is very unfortunate. Costume is nice. If you really dedicate to her, she can be good, but I think I'm just going to use Eben as my splash caster once his next module comes up. And I get the materials for it, of course. As I said, I'm completely out of the crystalline staircase, green staircase module stuff.
A smith's gotta be ready to pay the debts.
Alright,
accrued by the
first,
weapon she forges.
Saga. Next, Bagpipeu. Smash that open. Nice, nice, nice. Chad, you can use my leave. No, it's fine. You can add me if you want. I can go to my friends list as soon as I win or lose this. Let's hope it's a win. That'd be quite nice, I think. Alright, here comes Mr. Tuba.
Careful of
Eben?
music on the battlefield, especially when you face a Lysanian. Stronger than as doleful as a clarinet.
Alright, we're gonna put Kyobi here.
Take them out.
Alright, we're gonna have Chen here. Oh crap. Well, at least she distracted that enemy.
Ready to move. Drop your weapon.
Here we are.
This is Chance.
Thank you. You did your job. Chen may have been power crept, but she's still really good, that's for sure. Alright, now here come the slimes. Now with my AoE guard at the bottom, I should be able to clean those up pretty easily. Alright, Kyobi, use your skill on the saxophone man. Epic sax guy. I even wanted Chen just by having Irene. I went for Irene more than Spectre Altar on their banner, but again, didn't get any. Unfortunate, but that's luck for you. I'm actually really happy with what happened with... Oh,
as a
crap.
clarinet.
Bagpipe should be able to take this guy out by herself as long as he doesn't stun her. On, use your ability. There we are. Yeah. Excellent. And there we go.
So
Oh.
long as it turns out well.
Make you feel better. Don't have W.
Little
Rosemontis,
things,
Shan
problem.
Altars, Scotty Altar, and the Three Dragon Sisters. I actually got the Dragon Sisters, but that was entirely because I went so hard for Lee that I got Ling and Dusk, which is funny because I actually didn't care about Ling because I'm not a fan of summoners. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. Now, what's the challenge mode for this? Enemies all have increased attack speed. Well, doesn't that sound like hell in a handbasket? Since we're
How did
here and
you
you
rest,
want my
Doctor?
friends list, here
I
it
used
is.
to love staying up myself. Until one time, I went a full night without closing my eyes. And had
And alright,
splitting
here's my
headaches for
friends
weeks
list
after.
code if anybody wants
It
to
was
add
a
me. Feel
horrifying
free.
experience.
I do change around my support list a little bit, so don't be surprised if it ends up changing. Ah, there's the original artwork. Not bad. Yeah, the new artwork after the EX stage is open is actually depressing, given we know what's from. Sure. Sure, I'll add you after a bit. I did pull for Scotty Altar, but I did not get her. I did, however, get Calcid along the way, so I'd still say that's a win. I was actually on hiatus from the game when Chen Altar came out, so I did not get her. I did not get Rosemontis either. I do have W. Oh, right, not the hall. It's the EX stages, EX6. Amateur acquires pay little heed to being conducted, and new conductors can only do so much. Most that are capable is focusing on 2 parts at a time. Or all converging into a single point. Oh, the song ended. Sorry about that. I'll start a new one in a moment, but for the moment, let's see here. Speaking of limited, you have all Rainbow Six operators? Yes, I do, actually. That banner was way more generous than they usually are, since the hard pity for getting Ash was only 120 summons, which I had at the time. So I managed to get the whole lot. I only really use Ash, though. Ash is definitely my absolute most powerful sniper at the moment. At least for her archetype. Obviously, I had W stronger if we're talking artillery as snipers, for example. But yeah, for most general use cases, she's stronger. I just happen to like Cruise Alter more, and that's why I have her maxed out. Basically, I was disappointed when I found out 3 stars could never be brought to Elite 2. I thought, if the game ever lets me Elite 2 Cruise Alter, I'll do it. And then, of course, we got the second one, and so I'm all, well, I made a promise, I'm gonna do it. Thorn Spook? Oh, you lucky duck. Yeah. Well, I guess I can't complain too much. I actually got, speaking of which, this might be a good map for him, actually. I ended up getting Gnosis from his...
You're in luck. I just completed my experiment.
Yeah, I just decided to do, on a whim, I decided to do a 10 roll on the Gnosis banner, and he happened to come home. Not bad, actually. In fact, he even works rather well with Eben, because frozen enemies take additional arts resistance down on top of the fragile effect. So, yeah, Gnosis really works well with my favorite units here. What makes you feel better, I actually don't even have I do not have, what's his name? Elysium, yeah. My only flag bearer is Myrtle. And she is good, don't get me wrong. I'm just a bigger fan of Pioneer Vanguards because I like my Vanguards who can actually fight. A holdover from when I had absolutely none of the good guards. I mean, even the Surtur you saw there, I bought her from the shop relatively recently, because so she couldn't fail to come home. And thus, I'm now one of those people, one of those infuriating assholes who swears by Surtur's S2. I never use her S3 except in contingency contract. I did not get passenger. I sure have a lot of Sesa, though. Don't know why, the Sesa just keeps coming home. Want bagpipe? I can understand what you mean there. I should probably bring some help in here just to be safe. Let's see here. Ooh, an Irene wouldn't go amiss. Yeah, for 4-star, I'm definitely going to be maxing out Pudding's module eventually because all it really gives her is more damage, but that's really all she cares about. So hard to say no to free extra, well,
Prolonged
quote-unquote
casting makes
free
my
because it
headaches
costs a lot of
flare
mats,
up,
but you get what I mean.
and I even hallucinate if I'm unlucky. Let's make it a blitzkrieg, shall we?
Follow the plan. A fine choice.
There's going to be a lot of these slugs, aren't there? Oh dear, that's going to be a tough enemy, isn't it?
The performance will begin soon, but it seems our audience can't contain themselves.
Oh dear, that's really hurts bad.
You disrupted my... Do not disrupt my thought process.
Faster tempo, as doleful as a clarinet.
Luckily, he doesn't attack very often, but... Some drunkards on this direction, huh?
My sword will respond the instant I spot the movement.
Alright, I'll use her skill as soon as I can. Should be able to bagpipe this guy. Oh, of course he just smacks her with his saxophone, why wouldn't he? And more waiting time. I'm probably also gonna max Jay's, but Pudding is the one who mostly gains the most out of hers because as a 4-star, her main issue is damage, but all she gets is, well, damage out of it, which is always good. Honestly, I've been using her in place of splash casters this entire time just because, well, she's a better splash caster than they are. And I will say that if I ever get Passenger, I will build him simply because she sold me on chain casters. Granted, he does require module and everything, so important to
Faster
take note
tempo.
of.
Hinfort aus meinem Kopf!
You disrupted my... Do not disrupt my thought process.
Let's replace her with Thorns. Actually, yeah, should be fine.
Don't make any more
Cruz,
noise.
take that guy out, will ya? He's being a pain in the ass. Okay, I'm gonna need an actual healer here, so we'll do it this way. Thorns has been such an amazing thing. Yeah, Passenger has 2 modules, and both of them do a lot to really help him. Still, I do kind of like unconventional units, as you can tell by favorites being ones like Lee and Eben here.
Faster tempo.
Although I will
is
say the
dangerous
story made
as a
me think
clarinet.
a lot more of Eben. Poor sad goat. I will make sure he has a much happier life
Stronger
now.
dynamics.
Wait, that came out wrong. So I guess between Eben and Lee, I also seem to like sassy characters. Oh dear, that's not good, is it?
Let's just get this done with.
Acknowledged.
I'll have a few ways I can solve this problem.
Go ahead. I'm
Alright,
here I
cruise
am.
alter, use your ability there. Yeah. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
A satisfying battle. It brought palpitations.
I will also
even
say I
to
do
my
think
heart.
Eben's English voice actor does a pretty good job. I've read they're apparently a native speaker of German and knows really good English, and that fits the character, you know, since he's German. Well, totally not Germany, anyways. All right, there we are. Ooh, this actually looks like it's going to be a fun map. Bunch of enemies coming down the middle, and I funnel them all. All right, let's see. I think this should be okay, but let's bring an Irene or Chen just to be safe. This will really give you pain, huh? Then I guess all the more reason I'm glad I'm bringing Irene. If something's causing you pain, she's usually pretty good at making it stop giving you pain.
We're heading out. Remember, mind your cover.
Let's make this slot unlocked here. And there we go. Huh. See what I was trying to do there? Oh crap, I didn't get that done in time. That's gonna be a bit of a pain, won't it? This should be okay then, I guess. We are. Magic Bagpipers 3 has a 1 increased tower range. I would not mind if that was the case. Be sure.
On alert. Go ahead. I'm all ready and set.
Come on, tap, 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 tap.
Where do you think you're going?
Crap. Come on, you just have to be. You had to be right out of range, didn't you? How frustrating.
Acknowledged.
Whatever. Oh, lovely, Gertrude. Just the one person I
Let's
didn't
put
want
an
to
end
run
to
into
this as
right
soon as
now.
possible.
Yeah, that's a lot of tuba. No, not tuba. That's a lot of saxophone enemies.
Orderly retreat. Don't panic.
Yeah, especially since the casters do that wide walk around. Yeah, Blazes S2 is really good. I mean, a lot of people think the upcoming Gavale is going to power creeper, but I think it's more a case of burst versus continuous, because at the end of the day, an infinite duration skill is always going to have some value. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think she does either. Yeah, Mylinar, now he's going to be power creep. But the good news is, I've ran the numbers, and while he is absurdly powerful, he's actually way more powerful than any upcoming boss requires. So, at the end of the day, he's just one delete button among many, so I think I can safely skip him. Yeah, it depends on playstyle. Meanwhile, I have neither, so I'm going to have to make do with Estelle. And you know what? Estelle has never let me down. Gotta have respect for the 4 stars that have always been there for you. Gnosis isn't being too helpful here, but I could be extremely lazy and do a Ling playthrough, but you don't have Spectre Guard? I don't think I do, or if I do, it must have been a recent poll, because I don't have her built. Let's check. Oh, I do. Why didn't I upgrade her? Oh, you know what? I bet, what likely happened is, well, first of all, I most likely had to have gotten her recently since I haven't pulled in a while. But the good news, and what probably happened, knowing how I function, I probably, oh wait, she has 200 trust, so no, it wasn't recent. I must have gotten her during the Lee pulls, because I got a lot of new units, and I mean a lot during that time. And why didn't I, let me check here, hold on. Arknights Wiki Spectre. Base Spectre, not Alter. I have the feeling I know exactly why I didn't build her. Yeah. Yeah, her, long story short, she asks for a lot of expensive mats I absolutely did not have at the time. Bipolar nanoflakes, manganese trihydrates, I did not have those back when I did the Lee pulls, so there was nothing I could do, so I couldn't build her, unfortunately. And I guess I must have forgotten about her then, since the good news, I do have those cubes now, but I'm still a bit lacking on the bipolar nanoflakes, but that's good. I can put her up on the, raising block. I feel you there, but she's worth a D2. Oh, most definitely. Although there is also another guard I want to raise, and that's this one right here, La Pluma. Oops, I didn't want to bring her, but yeah. I've actually used her a little, and she's actually been quite helpful already, even at E1, so I'm definitely going to be E2ing her relatively soon. I am wondering what the... I can only wonder what the... I didn't build her. Ah, so I was building up La Pluma and forgot about Spectre, but you built Spectre and forgot La Pluma. How amusing. But yeah, if I was going to choose someone to E2 next, I think it's probably going to be La Pluma here, just because I've actually been liking using her a lot. I was worried she might be a bit annoying to use like the, Musha guards, but no, she's actually fairly straightforward, and I like it. Alright, well, there's a few things I can do to try and make life a bit easier here. I could also bring Calcet and let Monster deal with it. Only thing is, with Calcet, you effectively have to eat 2 slots, and she's about 30 for everything. Yeah, she can sustain herself because she's basically AoE. Indeed. Spectre can also sustain herself, but she's prone to death. Yeah, Spectre, she can avoid dying for a little while, but then she gets stunned afterward. But as long as you make sure the enemies are all dead, you're in good shape, really. And of course, I believe Lumen and some others can heal the stun, so I definitely do want to raise her, but at the same time, I won't sit here and say Estelle hasn't done a great job of filling that role. Because at the end, as long as something dies near Estelle, she heals herself. Even she doesn't have to raise Lumen? I've raised quite a few medics, actually. He's not Elite 2, but he's definitely up there. I barely use Estelle. I use Estelle almost everywhere, honestly. I guess the fact that she can hold a lane without needing a medic for an extended period of time really helps, especially since, as I said, she doesn't have to be the one that kills the enemy in order for her to get healed off of it. As long as they die near her, she heals. I just don't like their skill 2 is offensively charged. That's why you stick to her skill 1 all the time. It's just easier, you know? And if Gertrude's here, I need to bring Eben because he's pretty much custom designed to destroy her. Actually, that reminds me, do I actually have any tanks? I have 2 Elite 2 tanks, but Aurora is a 1 block. Although I suppose I could still work with that. Oh, but she's pretty expensive to deploy. But I guess at the same time, is it really much worse than if I was trying to use Ling? Alright, we'll bring Aurora.
A field mission again? I'm with you, Doctor.
Only other E2 tank is... no, Neon, as you can see here, is E2. You should E2 Saria soon. Yeah, it's just that Saria is so... Saria has been good even at E1. That's the funny part. Both for tanking as well as healing. But yeah, I really should E2 Saria as well. I should also probably try and get one of my arts defenders up, just because it's good to have those. Plus, I was more specifically, I was going to do Shalom next because his skill 2 makes him one of the few defenders who can hit aerial units, and that's hilarious. Also, his skill 2, if you're only 1 target's in range, all 6 attacks will target the same one for some really nice damage. The only thing is he has the lowest defense of all the arts defenders, so despite the name, he's actually pretty much a guard. He's pretty much an AoE arts guard. He is absolutely not good for actual tanking, hilariously. Didn't come home to and I'm mad I only had to use Neural Defender. I will admit, I don't actually miss not getting Hoshiguma. I got Saria from a top-up tag, if I remember right. I did not pull her from the gacha. However, while I do lack Hoshiguma, I've never actually missed her because, if we're blunt, Neon has been more than sufficient. There's really no situation where I thought, dang, if only I had, like, the extra 100 HP Hoshiguma has. Really, while Hoshiguma is absolutely better than Neon, it's not a huge gap, so if you have one but not the other, you can live without the other. At least that's my personal take from experience with borrowing one and using the other. So yeah, I don't regret not having Hoshiguma. With that said, I imagine most will get Hoshi simply because she's in the main pool while Neon is limited, just like all of her sisters. Now with that said, since I have Eben, I'm probably just going to be saving for some others like Golden Glow and Lee's reruns. Hoshiguma's kit's just made a tank, not DPS, just pure meatball tank. Yeah, I know what you mean there. Neon's also pretty good at that, but she's not quite as good. She has a bit more offense and support at the cost that she's not quite as tanky. But hey, she can survive getting nuked by by the cannons in Chapter 10. So I'd say that's proof enough she's a solid defender. I also have Ak, which is tempting me to actually build Czerny because Ak can guarantee his skill 2 will get its maximum explosion.
A smith's gotta be ready
Yeah,
to
her
pay the
S3 is also
debts
good for helping
accrued
people
by the
survive
weapon she
Ox buff,
forges.
which is always nice. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I'm not getting that thing opened. Well, no big deal. Whatever it's worth, I do think the duelist defenders are actually genuinely good. Ak is second. My Ak is also maxed out because he is hilariously fun to use. Alright, probably should have borrowed someone for this, huh? I've had people wonder why I'm seriously considering Bagpipe for a level 3 module when all she really gains is 4 starting SP. Let me put it this way, she'd already have her skill 3 ready to smack this enemy by now. Well, kind of. It's slowed down because of the silliness. Darn it. Darn it. Shining is a solid healer, so I'll do that. Not yet. Right. This is not the best idea, but it's something. Okay, that didn't work at all, did it? Hmm. Yeah, my Arc is completely maxed out just because I liked using him so much. I don't use him quite as much nowadays, but that's more because it's a bit tricky to get him with his full benefit. Like I said, I'm tempted to build Caesarni entirely because he works well with Arc. He guarantees Caesarni gets the full explosion effect from his skill too, which is especially good because normally enemies that use arts damage don't multi-hit enough to get the maximum damage out of it. But with Arc, that's a guaranteed 15 hits. That's guaranteed to max out the explosion bonus. What am I missing here? Well, mainly, I don't think it doesn't help that the majority of my team here is very expensive to deploy. That's not helping matters at all. Actually, I could probably attempt Surtur again. Again, swearing by Surtur S2. Call it Caesarni's Discordance. Yeah. The only reason I hesitate to raise Caesarni is because his skill 2 explosion is kind of a one-and-done deal, and he also can't use it until the duration ends, even if he gets all 15 hits immediately from Arc. Granted, he does not stop attacking for the duration, which is very notable in and of itself, because a lot of skills that retaliate like that do require the tank stop attacking. The fact he can still do his regular attacks is something notable, I'd say. Let's start with some more background music here. And we'll try and figure this out then. Any better options here? Really wants me to use Irene, so okay. Irene it is. Let's hope she can get those. Alright, here we go. Inuit. Yeah, these are all musical terms.
Aurora, moving out.
Shoot. And I forgot to use whoops. I forgot to use a
Terrible.
practice one.
If I really let myself loose, things would get a whole lot nastier for everyone involved.
Neural the Radiant Knight, huh? I guess Neural might not be a bad idea just because she's a good drop and go.
Fear neither hardship nor darkness.
And defense up. Retreat here. Mural altar.
Yes, I'm fully ready.
Darn it, that's bad.
Careful of music on the battlefield, especially when you face a Lysani.
That's bad.
Hinfort aus meinem Kopf.
Not wise to place him close together and killing a caster. Indeed.
Terrible. If I really let myself loose, things would get a whole lot
That said, it's a bit
nastier
rough because I need
for
healing
everyone
both on
involved.
the ones holding the middle lanes and also the ones holding back the casters. Like, I could probably build up Casernia a little more to make, since he's a dedicated magic tank, but he doesn't have really have the damage to deal with them. Aurora is way too expensive, unfortunately. I just can't get her in there in time.
Through my creations, both pain and joy become immortal.
Do I want? How much does he get at max? Let's see here. I have Surtur. But I was using Surtur.
Through my creations, both pain and joy become
True.
immortal.
She does deal enough. She does kill the casters pretty easily, though, which is a lot easier. Which is a lot more that could be said about the others I tried. What kind of medics are available, actually? I'll say Mulberry, Nightingale. Actually, Nightingale may actually be quite ideal here, since Arts is where the source of the damage problems are. Actually, wait, what am I doing? I have my own Nightingale. Not raised very much, mind you, but they're all the same. She doesn't have her
This
module
the
yet.
rendezvous point?
Brute force the stage, use her S3 for insta-kill. I guess that's true, but will she be able to stay out there long enough for both them and Gertrude? Because remember, Gertrude also has to die. She cannot be suffered to live, because she'll make me suffer. Although I suppose since she takes the long way around, I could take my time with her if I need to. I can use Caserni, I guess, as a distraction, but... Actually, does Surtur have any resistance? Actually, she does. A decent amount, in fact.
I've finished tuning. I may perform now.
It's not my wish to take lives.
Crap, Surtur's already down.
Very well.
Well, that's bad.
Extraordinary
I guess I'll just have to use Scizerny here.
Soul that quakes.
To kill Gucci, the next threat of the saxophone guys.
Who will you who will not come to harm?
May it be my art thou mine worthy enemy, or art thou not for the just?
Careful of music on the battlefield, especially when you face a Lysanian.
Okay, that did nothing to help. Oh, right, that I should have used a practice plan instead, darn it.
We can hardly call this ending good. Are you the one who just got a headache? Not me.
Alright, let's... I'd rather not use Surtur S3 if I can avoid it, but I guess I don't. Well, I guess I wouldn't. I can try it. The only thing is, the first caster comes out long before Gertrude. I don't think I can keep Surtur alive that long. Is there a better Nightingale on my support? Out of my people, out of my friends of sorority. I don't want to borrow the one who's not. That one doesn't even have a module. If it doesn't have a module, there's not much that's going to help me there. Yeah, it looks like a Nightingale isn't that popular here. Guess I can also just use Neural the Radiant Knight as a stopgap there.
A smith's gotta be ready to pay the debts accrued by the weapons she forges.
Yeah, I probably want to put her a little further back here.
It's not my wish to take lives.
I guess I can distract those things a little.
Very well.
Neural, put them to sleep there. There we go.
Awaiting only your orders.
Doctor, I shall protect you.
careful of music on the battlefield, especially when you face a Lysanian.
What are you planning? The fool flaunting his gallantry reaches none with his vanity.
Alright, yeah, Shining's defense buff is huge here.
Stronger than ever. Hinfort aus meinem Kopf.
A distraction is needed here, absolutely.
Extraordinary melodies can only be played by the soul that quakes.
There we go. Musician's gone. I think we're in good shape here. Fingers crossed. I could probably have kept Surtur alive a little longer if I had done that, but oh crap. Well, I guess we're gonna have to keep her alive a little longer then, aren't we? Alright, I should be able to take these guys out with,
May the light imbue.
Alright, they're all stunned. Kyobi, do your thing. Kyobi is fun. I love how she... Yeah, serve them just to be sure. And there we are.
To fight to the very end. That's our destiny.
Solfège medal. I got a medal? What was that for? Medal set details. Solfège medal. Player with a 3-star rating and have none of Gertrude's virtual entrances to the field upon victory. Honestly, this feels like a very easy medal to get. She comes out rather early, so as long as you don't forget to take those out before the end, you should be in good shape. I'll probably have to do those off stream because this is gonna be a little rough. L3X3 with a have 9 operators in the flux in time of victory. That's definitely gonna be a strategy. And yeah, defense ignore is rather insane. Sadly, since I missed the first week of this event, I don't think I'm going to be able to get the full medal set because you have to spend 4,000 of the shop currency, and I simply don't think I'm going to have enough sanity to get that many before the end. What's the EX challenge here? Enemy units have increased max HP. Oh, lovely. Those guys are already tanky as hell, and that's just going to make it even worse. Times like this, I wish I had Irene, because she actually would melt their high defense rather easily. Well, no matter. In the end, no matter what changes, all will be resolved in the tonic. Now, obviously, the last boss is going to be here, so I'm going to want to bring... Oh, I'm out of sanity? That's fine, I'll just use the last sanity potion here and make sure I end the stream on a good note, although I definitely should do that. Good. I'm not sure if that's your Lee, but it's a Lee. Not even Irene can destroy them, I think, unless you big brain it. I could probably get some buffers and make them... Oh, wait, I haven't added any new people
How
yet.
did you rest, Doctor? I used to love staying up myself. Until one time, I went a full night without closing my eyes. And had
Grab these while I'm
splitting
here.
headaches for a week after. It was a horrifying experience.
Practice. And we're gonna borrow a friend's Lee, because the final boss was a pain in the ass when I had no Lee, but with him, well, Lee could probably solo him with a medic support, but I used Eben to expedite the process, because the boss is actually quite tanky. Mine's a maxed out one. Oh, okay. I'll just use this. No, I won't use this one. All right, yours is maxed out. Ah, here it is. Ooh, yeah, you weren't kidding. Yeah, it is maxed out. Dang. All right. I have no idea how this is gonna work, so let's do it. I still prefer Surtur's S2 over S3, but well, sometimes you gotta bring out the big guns. I'm probably gonna make her M6 in the end. It's just very expensive, so I can't do that immediately. Um, hmm.
This is...
I have the feeling the boss is gonna come out of the middle one. I only have Saga. I would have completed it if I only had Saga. Well, Saga's probably the best Pioneer. Vanguard, do remember that the Pioneers aren't quite as popular as the... Yeah, this is... I think that'll be good. I can multi-lane with this. Keep in mind there's a reason many prefer flag pipe setups. Only Siege. Honestly, I'd say Siege is good enough in most cases. My time of playing strategy games when I was younger, if my time playing strategy games while I was younger has taught me anything, sometimes good enough is better than best possible, especially if the good enough ones can be brought out earlier. Siege is the only go you need. Hello, Punk Disciple, welcome to stream. I do have a level 90 Siege for the record, I just had to bring a Saga here, and I like her and Saga both, so it's hard to choose when I can only bring one.
Careful of music on the battlefield.
Alright, Eben, we know what to do. You know what to do? Appreciate your Estelle and Kyobi usage there, super precious. Yeah. Sad that I lack the mats to raise my materials to raise my base Spectre, so Estelle has been with me for quite some time since she is, you know, dirt cheap to raise being a 4-star. And hey, she's got a lot of good self-sustain, so she doesn't even need medic support most of the time. I might want to bring Bagpipe here, actually, just to help. Thorns is good enough to, actually, maybe he's not going to handle this on his own.
To tremble in my music is your honor.
Here we are. Yeah, I do genuinely think Kyobi is on par with Aya, and I don't say that lightly. She absolutely melts high defense enemies, and that's precisely who you want to use her skills against. That's precisely what you want to use casters against. Okay, good.
Very well.
There we are. Rest assured, I am one of those people who uses whatever feels right. That's why some of my clears are very unconventional.
Faster tempo as gold as a clarinet.
Lee, you know what to do.
Who will you choose?
You're not use that yet, yeah.
Doctor, I shall protect you.
Alright, Lee, you...
What are you planning? The fool flaunting his gallantry reaches none.
Old
with his
balls.
When 'tis a choice of life and death, why shouldst thou lay down thy arms?
Well, I think we've got this as long. Guild merchants. Oh, really? Including Mr. Nothing? I absolutely respect a fan of Mr. Nothing. Though I have seen Pengi's videos that use him a lot. I do think he gets a lot more crap than he deserves after seeing that kind of stuff. Eben being stunned sucks really badly, but I think we're in okay shape here.
Faster tempo.
It keeps getting stunned. Why this boss has the ability to stun, I'll never know.
A knife, a life. Weapons are the basis for society.
I might need sufficient DP in order to keep Lee on the field, though. I guess I can replace with Saga.
Weapons are
That
the
way I
basis
have
for
pretty much
society.
constant DP generation.
Stronger dynamics.
Yeah, that guy's stun is really frustrating, but hey, as long as still have units on the field, I can probably retreat to him for a little more now that I think about it. I think nothing else is going to be coming out for a little while, but oh right, I remember what's coming.
Very well.
How could I forget the slimes?
Faster tempo. As doleful as a clarinet.
How much health does this boss have? Holy... Oh, well, what am I saying? Lee's basically been soloing because Eben's been stunned this entire time. Of course he's not going to be able to do much. You'll be surprised what happens after. Why are you saying that so ominously?
What are you planning? Thy pleas falleth upon deaf ears.
Let's make sure Lee doesn't get retreated anytime soon.
Made up your mind?
Alright, here we go. Phase 1 done. Oh!
Let's just get this done with.
Interesting, he's actually helping me take those guys out? Oh, lovely. Of course Gertrude would join in. Why wouldn't she?
Faster tempo. As graceful as drei Viertel.
And more saxophones. Of course, it's just not a party without them, huh? And there goes Eben. I can't do it, I'm sorry.
Oh, my body burns at over 1,400 degrees.
course, Twilight doesn't charge fast enough. Bagpipe, you can handle this guy.
Time for a little telling off, but not too much.
Oh dear. Well, this is why we're practicing. Killed by music indeed. Oh, speaking of music, I guess that one died. I'll restart in a minute, but first let me try and rethink my strategy a little. I can't really use fast redeploys to block those guys because the saxophone players require my A game. I cannot bring anything less than that. Estelle, it's not your fault. Yeah, no, honestly, I think Estelle was actually one of the MVPs of holding the lanes here. So yeah, it's absolutely not her fault. Yeah, I was not expecting two bosses at once. But the good news is, as you saw there, Gertrude was taken out entirely along the way. I did not need to dedicate to stopping her. That said, I also need to be aware of those because I was under the impression that those slimes could spawn any on the undeployable tiles. They'd go at the top there, but they didn't in the end. Luckily, I had plenty of defenders and stuff that could hold them off with ease, but that's still rather frustrating, especially since, well, the general gimmick of the event is everyone charges their skills more slowly. I suppose it's not bad if I use someone who charges through defensive recovery, however. But again, that's for the slimes thing. At the end of the day, we still have to kill those things. Lee can solo, but it takes a while because Kraid has increased defense and resistance. Yeah. Yeah, Lee pretty much did solo because the boss kept stunning Eben so much he couldn't help with the overall DPS there. And of course, Lee is strong, but even he can't handle the saxophone players. Or maybe he could, but he needs more time to charge up his skill because again, everyone's skills charge up much more slowly in this event, which is a little frustrating. But we need to be careful. Go one step at a time if we have to. Grab it. Let me hydrate while I'm here. Give me just a moment to take a sip of my drink. Alright, that feels a bit better. Well, I got 30 practice plans. I'm using 30 practice plans, right? I do think using Lee was a good idea because he can single-handedly hold that off. Surtur, I need to be careful though because, well, as mentioned, she can only do so much at once. I need like 3 healers if I want to keep her alive so that she can continuously use her skill 3. Even then, I might not even need it. I mean, we saw Gertrude die to Thorns easy enough, and most wouldn't consider Thorns a boss killer, and yet here he was killing a boss. At least we know Bagpipe with her skill 3 can easily handle those things, but she can only handle for so long. Neon actually has pretty good defense, but it might be better for her to go with her skill. Yeah, because her skill 3, while it is nice for giving other people defense and block, which I do really like, by the way, that's why I Mastery 3'd it, it doesn't increase her own personal defense. Only for her skill 1 and 2 do that. Actually, it might even be worth considering her skills 1, now that I think about it, because that's actually a very short charge. Myrtle can be a good alternative. Mountain could lane hold. Sadly, I do not have a mountain.
Guess one thing's never gonna change with time. Swords will inevitably clash.
Actually, while we're here, do I have the enemy info here? Yes, I do. Now, do these guys deal... Okay, I was wondering if they deal arts or physical, but no, they deal high physical damage. Gertrude doesn't seem all that threatening. However, I will need to swap out Cezerny for someone more physically oriented, or someone more offensive. And it can't be someone too expensive like Aurora. I actually have used Aurora to good effect, just not in this particular map. Durnar might not be too bad, but Shalom's probably not too bad of an option either. I do want to max out Shalom's level. I guess he and La Pluma are pretty much going to be my next projects, I think. While I will be getting... Although I suppose I do need to get Spectre Ultra up there. But I do need another defender at E2. His low res but gets mitigated by increased stats. Yeah, plus, yeah. I'll worry about the challenge mode after... Or 2. I can't imagine how rough he's going to be there, because challenge mode, all enemies get like 10% all stats just for it being challenge mode, even on top of the, any regular buffs. You build... I like this already. Indeed, I was originally planning to Elite 2 him, but I'm gonna be honest, his gameplay wasn't as fun as I was hoping. Don't get me wrong, I like him as a character. It's even confirmed he and Matterhorn are the 2 best cooks in the whole landship. So, you definitely want to have him around, but I guess I just don't really like defensive recovery skills very much. Although I guess for an event like this, that's not too bad, since I have noticed that the offensive and defensive recoveries are not effective. Only the auto recoveries are. But yeah, I will state for the record, I have all members of the Lee's detective agency except for Lee himself. Yeah, Waifu here is also built, and I actually quite like her new skin there. She even wears it in the new Detective Lee shorts, detective agency shorts that are out now. Remember last time Kyobi stay out of the kitchen. I did see Cutter's, yeah, I have seen the, operator records. Saga and Kyobi are officially banned from the kitchen. And they were seriously considering it for Cutter as well, before she was taught how to not make things that are completely inedible.
Worry not. Coordinating with others is a strength of mine.
Actually, could I eat
So
to
long
him
as nothing untoward happens.
Oh my. Yeah, I'm seriously considering bringing Shalom to his Elite 2 here. Yeah, chance to reduce res, that's not bad. Could help, especially since, as you've seen, I do like casters in the general sense. If I had to pick a favorite subtype, I think Mechacord casters are probably my favorite. Which also makes me mad that I failed to get Rock. Yes, that's the big plot twist. When I pulled on Horn's banner, it was actually for Rock and not Horn, but neither came home. Delightful. So yeah, I guess after a while. Downside is the defensive recovery. Yeah. Honestly, I'd probably end up using his S1 a lot, simply because it's easier to use. It's basically the same as Durnar's and Asbestos's, just hits everything he's blocking for arts damage, but, well, his S2 can hit aerial targets, or nuke down a single enemy at once, and we do have an enemy here that'd be nice. Yeah, all he gets... Only thing is, yeah, as you can see, his defense here is actually quite low for a defender. So if you're bringing him, it's basically to be an arts AoE guard, not for actually defending. So yeah, a big down... Also, Shelm dies after skill activation. Yeah, he pretty much will die unless you give him a healer of some kind. It doesn't matter if it's a medic, a healing defender, or whatever, but he needs someone to keep him alive. Certainly, like I said, I think I think he's going to be my next Elite 2 project next. But in the general sense, I really do like the arts defenders in general. Let's see here. Yeah, I really have been liking Cezerny. His skill 1 is very straightforward and easy to use, but his skill 2, I could use Oct to immediately max it out, and that seems like it'd be a lot of fun. Asbestos is the only one I'm not sure I like, honestly. Even her skill 2, I'm not really convinced on. Attack and roll increases, attack range expands, almost attacks. I guess that's not bad, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of her. For Kyobi with Cruise, I think, because I didn't notice Kyobi isn't hitting Kraid. That was because of the poor positioning, yeah. I think what I'm going to do instead is place... Whoops. I need another defender here. Shalom's good.
Worry not. Coordinating with others is a strength of mine.
Kyobi couldn't hit from her
So long as
position.
everything
However, if I
untoward
put Ebonholes
happens.
where I put Kyobi, then he can hit the boss more easily, and he won't get stunned. And I can put Kyobi somewhere else to be predictive. Oh, sorry about that. Perfect cutoff, because what I'm going to do is I could cut off that ad. Whoops. Yeah. I can probably... Well, I've still got main chat. There we go. Now you should be able to read that. Still need to grab Lee, of course. You can use her S1 to freeze him.
A smith's gotta be ready to pay the debt accrued by the weapons she forges.
Alright, that should charge up decently. Actually, I might want to use even more AoE medics. You know what, let's swap Shining for another AoE medic.
We can hardly call this ending good. Are you the one who just got a headache? Not me?
Oh, don't worry, Eben, this is giving me lots of things to have headaches over. Alright, now let's replace Shining with... Perfumer. And Perfumer I actually do have the module for. So that should make it a lot easier. Alright, Plague Cats. Here we go.
It's like we're on a school trip here, eh?
Maps usually start with 5 to 10. Create stuns while you're blocking him. That's why he's perfect. Indeed, he also seems to go in an AoE around that. Which is also why he was able to stun Ebonholes there. Because Ebon was within the stun range. Here. Here we are. Good.
This is the battlefield.
Alright, here we are. Yeah, Lee absolutely hard counters any mechanic that's focused around stun, freeze, or otherwise something he can negate. That's why I think he's got a pretty good... Especially, not to mention, those are all becoming a lot more common. I'm not sure why, but there was lots of stuns in the Abyssal Hunter mission, still to Pharaoh Novice, and the Undertides rerun there, for example. It was also... Sadly, probably wouldn't have done much during Guiding Ahead, but that's because that event focused on an unblockable boss. Yeah, here. Please.
The performance will begin soon, but it seems our audience can't
Perfumer
contain
can't reach him?
themselves.
Oh, she can't, no,
Who will you
but
choose?
Nightingale can. Don't worry.
Hello, friends. What are we talking about?
Lee's gonna need time for his ability to charge, so I'm going to get that going right now. Yeah, Perfumer is an absolute lifesaver when you need global healing.
Come on, man. Friendliness is good for business.
Plus this weird...
There. Put your worries to rest. I'm right here.
Yeah, plus this weird cube-shaped,
And to be killed. To do battle. Far too many plays have been pinned on these themes.
Yeah, plus you can never go wrong with an operator with a weird attack range.
Stronger dynamics.
There we go. Now we're in good shape. And since your Lee has the module, that means he doesn't completely ruin my, charging abilities.
I am at your command. Stronger dynamics. As graceful as 3/4.
I kind of wish you could make it so that Eben will only attack if he has full charges, but I guess it's not a big deal. After he unleashes his nuking, he basically becomes a... Oh dear.
Who will you My power is all yours now.
Basically becomes a core caster for a little bit. Alright, that's one down. Still, it is nice that I can force Eben to ignore anything that's not an enemy that matters. I even read they actually apparently overhauled a bit in terms of what counts as an elite, just for him. Given how annoying it was to use,
Acknowledged.
I guess given how annoying it was to use Indigo and Iris, they decided to make all future Mystic casters able to be forced, easily able to control their targets, I mean. Which I think is good. I mean, Eben here, you can force him to ignore things that aren't elites, and the one that's coming up will only attack blocked enemies, so you can use a fast redeploy to control what they hit. That's going to be good. Yeah, and weird attack ranges are always the fun ones.
What are you planning?
Fast attempt as startling as a tritone.
Alright, here we go. Eben, you know what to do. I wish he could at least actually change that. If he can't, if it'd be too powerful for him to store up all of his attacks and fire them during a skill 3, at least make it so that he stores each attack before firing it. Because as of right now, he's missing out on a decent amount of charge by doing that.
Fret not.
Here we go.
Let's just get this done with.
What are you planning?
Funny the boss helps us fight those enemies for a bit.
Faster tempo. Hinfort aus meinem Kopf.
Made up your mind? Thy pleas falleth upon deaf ears.
A knife, a life. Weapons are the basis for society.
Crap. I'm not sure I can do anything about the boss, but... Okay, good, they couldn't hit... Oh, ball. That's bad. Alright. Okay, yeah, that one's gone. Don't have to worry about him. Alright, we only have one enemy left. Okay, yeah, Surtur can handle this guy on her own. And the boss, apparently.
Their future is clear to see.
Alright, looks like we have ourselves a winning strategy, wouldn't you say? I could also bring out Lee to try and finish off that last sliver of HP, but as you said, he damages himself. We can just let him do that. So is he sitting on a throne, and the throne is what's causing him... He won't die when he's at 1 HP. Oh.
Careful of music on the battlefield. Especially
There's
when
only
you
one
face a light
person who
target.
should be allowed to finish him off.
A
He would prefer it that
satisfying
way, I'm
battle.
sure.
It brought palpitations.
Alright, so yeah, we
into
officially
my
have
heart.
ourselves a winning strategy. Now to do it for realsies and watch as I screw it up. Isn't that how it always goes? Yeah, Barwin, thank you for the Lee, by the way. He's been a big help. Funny how the boss, for a while, helps us fight the slimes and then basically takes himself out.
Compassion saves no one on the battlefield.
And given who it is, I guess we shouldn't be surprised. Despite the Witch King's influence, it would seem he's still in there. Somewhere, you know? Actually, I probably should have been stow well.
This is the battlefield.
Ooh, have to get that activated right away. The sooner I get Thorns' skill activated, the better. Thanks to the idea now, I think I can do it with this. Oh, really? What part of it? It got you thinking.
The performance will begin soon, but it seems our audience can't contain themselves.
I hope we may resolve this peacefully.
Time for a little telling off. But not too
I
hard.
built Evan already, so shouldn't be too worried. Ah. Evan's taken a little getting used to, but I do
My
appreciate
friends, I
a
implore you to
number
be
of things about
considerate.
him. I've actually learned that his skill
there
1 is actually a
really
lot better than I thought
no
it
room for
was.
negotiation here?
In fact, it's better than the Iris and Indigo's skill 1 as well. I'm surprised.
Faster tempo, as doleful as a clarinet.
Here we are. Eben got it. Eben is worth M9. Probably. I'm not a big fan of his skill 2, which is a shame. I liked skill 2 on W, for example, although I only mastered her skill 3.
Show me what you're made of.
Here he
Amuse
comes.
me, if you even can.
When 'tis a choice of life and death, why shouldst thou lay down thy arms?
Doctor, I shall protect you.
Alright, protect the enemies from... I need to get Nightingale's module. It's a big help I cannot ignore. Also long uptime. Downside is too, he only spawns based on stacks, so long uptime. Yeah, so it's very common for him to nuke something with it, which I don't mind. Part of the fun of a Mystic Caster simply is the fact that he can fire so easily. But he can fire at a large number of he can nuke an enemy in a single hit. That's what I was trying to get at. But it also means he won't have any charges for his skill, which is going to be which is pretty annoying to be sure. Yeah, Thorns is going to take care of the witch there just fine. Alright, we're gonna have to expedite this a little. But we got it. I also do like how Eben actually has very low downtime on his skills. On his skill 3, I mean. You can cancel it early and it'll be up as soon as he kills the elite you care about. Then by the time the next one spawns, it's usually back up again. Or at least that was my experience so far. He's definitely a little janky to use, but he's a lot of fun, to be sure.
Startling as a tritone.
I certainly wish more skills allowed me to cancel them early to begin the charging them again.
A knife? Why do I gotta waste my precious time on the likes of you third-rate amateurs?
Fret not. Surely your skulls would be mesmerizing to see, right?
There is definitely something up with our buddy there, isn't he? Then again, maybe I'm thinking too much.
What are you planning? The fool flaunting his gallantry.
As startling as a tritone.
Oh, crap. Well, I don't think it's a worry, honestly. We just have to kill this last guy, and then we'll just retreat everyone else.
Oh, you.
Fret not.
It's fine, indeed. As long as this guy dies, which thorns will guarantee we're in good shape.
Doctor?
Faster tempo?
Whoops, I forgot Silver Ash is still alive there, but oh well. I like to bring Silver Ash even if I don't deploy him, simply because he gives a nice reduction. Simply because he gives a nice reduction to everyone's redeploy time, and it is actually rather surprising just how often that really helps. I can't tell if he's sitting in there in the chair is what's walking around, or he's just got that many legs.
The performance will begin soon, but it
And there
seems
we
our
are.
audience can't contain themselves.
And there we are. Challenge mode unlocked. 8 tiles are no longer available. Probably the most frustrating ones to block out, if I imagine. Claim all. 640, not bad. I should be able to get the rest of those just fine, but as for the medals, I already got the trim one. This one is the only one I might not get, unfortunately. Missing the first week of the event, all 7 days, really screwed me. But I should be able to get the rest here just fine. I just need to practice a bit. That said, I'm kind of exhausted. Get Zerny. Oh, I already did. I can even show it right now. Yeah, I got all Suzerni's potentials, and I also got all the module upgrades. I'm probably just gonna get everything here in this little block, if I can't, since I can't afford everything. So that'll be a nice upgrade. Be right there. Yeah, I don't need as much as nice as all the rest of this stuff here would be. I don't need any of it. It would just be nice to have. So yeah, one way to do it is spend this event and keep farming. As a pure free-to-play player, I try to avoid spending the gold rocks as much as humanly possible. I pretty much only buy skins with them. Not recommended, indeed. Maybe I might have considered it if I failed to get Eben, but I did get him, so I have everything I care the most about. Although I will say, Suzerni did grow on me after the event. I liked it quite a bit, and I'm actually quite sad that we couldn't get Kraid to play as. I'd have enjoyed using whatever kind
How
of
did you
unit he
rest,
is.
Doctor? I used to love staying up myself. Until one
And
time, I
honestly, I
went a
do kind
full
of
night without
like it
closing
whenever
my
we get
eyes,
villains
and
too.
had splitting headaches for
So
a
it would be
week
nice if we
after.
could. A shame
It was a
Gertrude
horrifying
can't be
experience.
playable either. Then again, Andy from Guiding Ahead is still alive, so maybe if we're lucky, he'll be summonable. I got W and Mudrock playable, and I do genuinely like them, although sadly I lack Mudrock. Oh well. Have enough pulls for Gavalter. You have enough pulls? I'm actually going to be skipping most of the banners going forward. I think the next one, I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, I think I'll be fine without her. Between Estelle and Spectre 5-star, I think I've got my AoE guards covered. Spent everything on Eben. Well, at least you got him, and that's what matters. Unlike me and my, what, combined 300, 350, maybe even 400, depending on how generous we are, and not a single Lee. Well, I guess that's how it goes sometimes. Gotcha giveth, gotcha taketh away. But it
No
did at
issue
least get me to
dozing off in this
appreciate
sort
some of
of
the 4
place.
stars.
Huh. I suppose it's times like these when the assistant does the work. Nervensäge. Huh? I'm misspelling. Never mind. Never mind. Let's find out what music's on the doctor's headphones.
Dedicated comic kept spooking me. Well, lucky you. Doesn't even like me very much. Oh well. I'll just close out with some of more Elden Ring music, and I guess we'll call the stream now. Well, we managed to get a full session here, complete all the levels, and yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I'm just really exhausted, and I should get something to eat. Yeah. But thank you for coming. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later. Well, thank you for the follow.